Each week, the Ohio Lottery recognizes role model students from across Ohio. This week, we head over to Aurora High School, where senior Codie Cuerbo is not only one of the best wrestlers in the state, but a leader in the classroom and the halls of Aurora High School. The Ohio Lottery's Partners in Education program is proud to honor Aurora's Codie Cuerbo, this week's Shining Star.
Watch Aurora's 113-pound wrestler Codie Cuerbo on the mat, and one word comes to mind: relentless. Cuerbo just never seems to stop.
If I'm wrestling you, what do you want me to say when I am done wrestling you?
Just kind of that I wear you down, and I pushed it all on you, and you really had nothing left to give.
More often than not, that has to be the reaction of his opponents. Codie has been so good in his senior season, most of his matches have been over early. He presents a lot of challenges on the mat.
On my feet is definitely my strength, just because I can use my speed, and I've been hand fighting a lot more this year, which helps me get to my attacks a lot more.
His foot speed and his hand speed, just overall quickness it's tough to beat. Like I said, wrestling IQ is really high, and his motor. We're working on getting to be able to wrestle. Right now he's having a hard time because he's wrestled probably 7 full matches all year. So his conditioning is a little, but we're getting there. In the next 2 weeks, he's going to be tough to beat in Columbus.
Columbus is something that has had a motivating effect for Codie all season. He finished as the runner-up in the state at 116 a year ago, losing by a single point in the championship match. He's working hard to change that result this season.
Codie should have been a state champ last year. That one still bothers me, but he's the same way. He comes in every day, works. Codie doesn't say much. I walk and he's got the same grin on his face. He's ready to work. High wrestling IQ. Put a lot of time into the sport. He's a 2-time Fargo All-American.
I don't want to give up because I kind of saw that as not a failure, but to me I kind of failed to my ending goal. So at that point it was I don't want to feel that again, and it's my senior year, so it's my last chance. Knowing last year that I would have one more chance, it was a little different, but I don't want that outcome again.
Cuerbo brings that same determination and discipline he shows on the mat to the classroom and his academics. He's a solid B-plus student and takes as much pride in his academics as he does his wrestling.
Growing up, ever since I was young, it's always kind of been put on me it's academics first. If I don't do good in school, I'm not going to have sports around, but I've never really been to that point of struggling. So, I've kind of put it on myself to get good grades and really do all that first before putting wrestling on myself.
The accountability and discipline have paid off for Cuerbo. Next year, he'll head to the University of Pittsburgh, where he'll wrestle for the Panthers.
I really like the coaching staff as a whole. I really felt I had a good bond with them when I was out there on my official and all the talking that I had with them. And the team as a whole, I have a good connection to one of the guys out there. I knew a lot from growing up and wrestling in club stuff, and then meeting all the guys. I really enjoyed meeting them, and I like the campus as a whole.
Wrestlers spend so much time taking care of their bodies and training, dealing with bumps, bruises, and sprains. It's not a surprise that Codie plans on going into the medical field.
I want to go into nursing. I just really like medical-based stuff. I'm not a big wanting to do surgery and having somebody's life possibly on my line, but I like being around that. I know male nurses are kind of a high need right now, so I really like that aspect of it. And I don't know, over the past few years, it's become a high interest for me.
Codie's been one of my favorites since he was a little guy. I was an 80-pound freshman. Codie was an 80-pound freshman. Yes, I was an 80-pound freshman. He's grown into it, and he's put his work in. He wrestles all summer, but that smile he always has on his face is what I'm going to remember.
If you know a student who deserves recognition, we want to hear about them, and you can nominate them completely online. Go to OhioLottery.com. Find the About section. Click on Partners in Education. There you will see links to nomination forms. Nominate that student as an academic all-star, and they could end up being featured as our next shining star.